crafty friends, it's Alexa from Hearts Crafts, and I'm here today to make some more cards with you, and also to share another suite with you. Like my last video, I used the what's it called? Oh, I've forgotten what it's called now. The Expressions of Ink kit, and tonight or today we are going to be playing with the Expressions of Ink suite, and I've got two beautiful cards to make with you. They're very simple cards. First of all, I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Perth, Western Australia. If you like anything you see here tonight, please feel welcome to go visit my shop. The link will be in the description box below. So is my Facebook and Instagram and website. So don't know if I'll have these up on my website today, but I actually would like to try and get them up in the next couple of days, because I think they're just absolutely gorgeous cards. Now I also hope, because it's bucketing down with rain at the moment, it is not too noisy for you. So let's continue. So yes, Expressions of the Ink, or in ink. So it's out of the annual catalogue, and this is the beautiful suite and the beautiful stamp set. Gorgeous dies, matching dies that go with it. There's also this beautiful gold ephemera pack with it as well, but we won't be using the ephemera pack. So it's absolutely gorgeous. I love this bundle, or the suite I should say. So just to show you the designer series paper. Now I have been into this beautiful paper. It's just stunning, and it just speaks for itself. It's so pretty. So one side's very plain and the other side's got beautiful gold foiling on it, and it's got that beautiful alcohol ink sort of look to it, which is absolutely stunning. Oh, if I can, look at that foiling. It's just gorgeous. I love this paper, and like I said, it really speaks for itself. Look at that. Isn't that just stunning, the way they've got the gold going through it? It's just beautiful paper, this paper. As soon as I saw it, I mean, I've seen pictures, I've seen people doing videos of it, and it's just does not do it justice being on camera. It really doesn't. So I'll pull these out of the pack actually, so you can see it better. There's the other side. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just absolutely gorgeous paper. Whoops. Here goes my cord, sorry. All that foiling. It's just so pretty. Like I said, it just, seeing it on camera really doesn't do it justice. And like I said, I've been into the pack already. So that's the paper, and we will be using the paper today. Okay. And this is the beautiful stamp set. So you've got that beautiful inky sort of looking stamp, and so are the flowers as well, and we'll be using them. We'll be using the sentiments. So I've already got my stamps all set up on acrylic blocks ready to go, and this is just the beautiful dies, and we'll be using some of the dies today as well, because they're just so stunning. So there we have it. Okay, so the other things we'll be using is Just Jade ink pad, polished pink ink pad, and the pale papaya ink pad. we will be using some of the glittered organy ribbon. Probably still said that wrong. Oh my gosh, can't speak today. Terrible. It's just, this is just gorgeous. It's white, so it's our basic white or whisper white organy ribbon, and it's got beautiful glitter through it. It's just stunning, absolutely stunning. So, and the other things we're going to be using is the time-worn type 3D embossing folder. Now, I know this isn't part of the suite, but it just really set off one of the cards and had to use it. Okay, so let's get stuck into our first card. Now, this is the first card we're going to be making, and I just felt the designer series paper just spoke for the whole card, and it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. And of course I put a bit of designer series paper on the envelope just to finish off the envelope. Now for this card we are going to need a piece of pale papaya cardstock. I've got a 2 1/4 inch by 6 1/4 inch strip here for the envelope. I have a bit of plain basic white and another strip of the designer series paper, and where is my piece of designer series paper gone? Oh, that's a bit bizarre. My piece of designer series paper has disappeared. Hold one moment, let me just find it. Okay, here we go. Our piece of designer series paper. And the other thing we're going to need is an embossing buddy, some Versamark ink, and some gold embossing powder, and our heat tool. Now, I did not, oh, and we're going to need a scrap bit of basic white as well to stamp our sentiment on. So I'm just going to fold my pale papaya in half, and I'm going to glue my bit of whisper white in there. That actually looks a wee bit too big. Geez, and here I thought I was all prepared and I'm not. Oh dear. Okay. Let's get this trimmed up. So I'm trimming this up to 10 centimeters by 14.3 centimeters. And that's for the insert of our card base. And I'm just going to glue that in. Now, because I put hello on the front of the card, I just wanted to leave the inside blank enough for me to write a nice message to whoever I'm going to give the card to. And then I just took my little scrap bit of designer series paper here and glued this down on the bottom. preferably straight, like so. Okay, and now I'm just going to cut a piece of ribbon, just enough to wrap around my designer series paper. Just get my scissors here. Oops. And about that much, just to wrap around, which that much of ribbon is, on my grid paper here, about 15 centimeters. I'm just grabbing a bit of tear tape to stick it on with. And I want it to go about a third of the way up on my designer series paper. Just flip that over. And even though I'm eyeballing it, I'm just going to see if I can get it straightish. There's that side. And just on that side. Just take the backings off, and I'm going to glue this down to the front of my card, and then we'll do the sentiment. I should be using my tick pick tool, but unfortunately I've mislaid it somewhere, which is very, very frustrating. So I'll have to order myself a new one, I think, because I do love my picky tool. I do have the other one, but I'm using that on another project right now. So I'm just going to glue this onto the front of my card, like so. And let's get doing the tag and the sentiment. So I'm just taking a bit of scrap basic white here. Hang on a sec. Okay, sorry about that. My cat was knocking on the door. It's, like I said, bucketing with rain out here, and she wanted to come in. I don't blame her. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to get my bossing buddy just to take the oils off the card and pop it down there. Now, I'm not going to be precious about if it's straight or not, because I'm going to die cut that out in a minute. Let's pop that in here. With a bit of a tap. Looking good. Oh, now we've got the cat saying hello. Hello, Nala. Put that back in its container before it goes everywhere. Put the lid back on. And I will get my heat tool up and going. Just letting it warm up for a minute. Now when I use my heat tool, I try not to move it around too much. Right, there we go. Okay, now I'm just going to get my big boss, and we will die cut that out. Oops. And something I did forget to say is the other die cuts we're using is the Tasteful Label dies. I used the tag or banner out of here. Okay, I'm just going to place a bit of tape over that to keep it in place. Yes, darling, hello. There we go. Just move this out of the way. Right, and there we have our hello. Now I just had this is just a bit of Scotch tape, and I stuck it to my skin and then to a top and took most of the sticky off, so it wouldn't stick too hard and peel, and it does a really good job when you do that. Okay, so now all I did was I got my dimensionals and I popped on a couple of dimensionals. I think I might put one more at the end here. So I found when I did one at each end, it didn't quite sit as well, so I ended up putting an extra one on, and then there we go. There's our card. Isn't that just stunning? It's just so gorgeous. I just love this paper. I really, really do. It's like, it's beautiful. Okay, and to decorate the envelope, mustn't have grabbed one out. We shall grab out an envelope, shall we? Okay, now to decorate our envelope, I just place a bit of glue on the flap. And stuck my paper. This side's just beautiful too. Seems almost a shame to cover it up. Here we go. And then I took my scissors and I cut around the flap. So here we go. And done. So isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? Beautiful matching envelope to go with this absolutely gorgeous card. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And here's the other one. So on to the next one. Now, the next card we're going to make is this one, and this is gorgeous too. So there's a fair bit of stamping in this one, and that's the matching envelope with it. So what I'm going to do is move these out of the way and grab my bits and pieces that I have for this one. So I've got a bit of Whisper White, and it's half of an A4 sheet, which is 21 centimeters by 14.85. And I've got some scrap bits of basic white. I've die cut out the gold foil. So I used this die here, placed my foil on, ran it through the die cutting machine, which I've already shown you how to do, but I will show you how to use the embossing folder, and that's what this piece is for. And like I said, here's my piece of gold foil that I used for my die. Right, let's bring the big boss back over, and we shall get our embossing folder out. And I just placed my bit of cardstock in like that. Now, because we are embossing with the 3D embossing folder, we will need a different sandwich. So for that, we're going to need base plate number 1 and our grey sheet number 4. So we sandwich these 3 together, which I hope you can see that. So we sandwich these together, and I just run it through, and I just do it the once because I feel that's enough. I don't think you really need to do any more than that. I'll just move this out of the way. And when I open it up, we've got all this beautiful texture. Isn't it just gorgeous? I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so now before we do any more, I'm just going to pop these to the side and we'll do our stamping. Mostly because I'd rather stamp before I glue together. It's a smart thing to do. Okay, so move my ribbon out of the way. I'm going to get my pale papaya, my polished pink, and my just jade. And I have stamped up my big inky flower, and I've got my little one which is going on the pale papaya, and I have some leaves which I want to stamp on the inside. And whilst we're at it, we also may as well stamp the envelope. And I do have my greetings over here too. Okay, so and before I forget, we also probably need a scrap piece of paper as well. Hang on a second. Hi, baby. Hi. So, and a scrap piece of paper, I mean just scrap computer paper or whatever will do. I just want to do some stamping off with these flowers. Okay, so I'm going to start with my big flower first. And I'm just going to stamp off, and from memory I had it down here. And I'm going to do the same for the envelope and stamp off. Stamp there. And then for the front of the card, I want to stamp full strength. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to close this one up so I don't get ink everywhere. And I'm going to come in with the pale papaya, and once again I'm going to do the same. Stamp off and bring the flower down there. Do the same. Stamp off. Bring my flower down there. And then I'm going to stamp it full strength and pop it on there. Okay, and then I'm going to close this up, and with the leaves, now the leaves I'm only placing inside the card and on the envelope. And this is called second generational stamping as well, when we're stamping off. Might try a third here. Oops, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I might just leave it. I'm not going to try and fix that. Excuse me. Right, so that's our envelope. Okay, that's our bits to be die cut done. Now the next thing I want to stamp is the sentiments. So the sentiment I have is best wishes for inside the card. And I'm going to do that full strength. And I'm just doing it inside the pale papaya flower. So that's my sentiment. Pop my stamps out of the way so I don't get ink everywhere. I'm going to place that to the side so I don't get ink on that. And I'm just going to ink this up and stamp happy birthday down in the corner here, because I'm going to trim this out. Beautiful. Yay! Okay, let's close up this ink and then we can start die cutting. Okay, right. Now let me just looking for my dies. Here we go, right beside me. Okay, now for these, I am going to need, oops, I forget how this goes every time. So this one goes that way, and then this one goes that way. Okay, right. Let's close this up. Now if you notice, you can see how I've drawn around all my dies, just so I know where they got to go back, because otherwise it's like Tetris, trying to place it back where it might fit. Okay, so let's bring in my big boss again. And swap the plates out. So I'm going to need my plate number 1, my plate number 2, and plates 3, which are the clear plates. And pop that on that one. Now I might just run these through one at a time, only I'll risk it. I'll risk it. Hopefully it won't move. Okay. Here we go. And they should only need one pass. Yep, just the one. Okie dokies. Pop my tape back. My dies there. Right, let's move this out of the way. Yes, no. Okay, and I will need my paper trimmer for the sentiment here. So I might just, I don't know if you can see this, if I line it up on the bottom. Just gonna line it up on the bottom here. Move it over a smidge. Just trying to get the, yay, same amount of border on each side. And then I just sort of lined it up on an angle here like this. A little bit further in. And I just, whoops, cut it on an angle. There we go, so there's our tag. Now we can put this all together. Now, if I was smart, I was going to say what I would have done is I would have put the sticky on the back of these, but in all honesty, I only want the sticky on certain bits of this. So let's see if my scissors will poke these last bits out for me. There we go. So yeah, so I only want the sticky on this. So, but before we tackle that, I'm going to glue this bit down. And there we go. Okay, now with these two bits and how I attached these two bits to my gold layer was I sort of lined this up, something like that, and then I attached that down there. So I basically added a wee bit of glue along here. Make sure I have it in a reasonably good spot. Yep, that should do it. And then I just, where I had large areas on the back here, I just placed some glue. Now with this glue, you do need to be a little bit careful, because if you get it on the gold foil, it actually does mark the gold foil. So I'm just trying to carefully place it just in some of these bigger bits along here. Probably should have used my silicone mat for that. That's okay. Right. Now, and because it's abstract art, it doesn't matter if it doesn't fit perfectly. That's perfectly fine. Got a bit of glue everywhere. Okay, and then I got some dimensionals and pop this all up on dimensionals. Gosh, it's bucketing down here. I really hope this rain's not interfering too much. If it is, I might have to do a voiceover. I might have to learn how to do a voiceover. Woohoo! Wouldn't that be interesting? I've been learning a lot lately, so it's been wonderful. You know, participating in my first blog hop last week was just amazing. Something I've always wanted to do and finally have done. So I'm just going to place that down like that. And then I'm just going to pop some more dimensionals on the back of this tag. So yes, I was quite proud of myself last week for that. And I hope you all enjoyed that. I even managed to link my YouTube video to my blog hop, and I think that's about it. But hey, it's a start. It is a start. So there we go. There's that. Now, I would like to put some of the gold faceted gems on here as well, just to sort of finish it off. I just felt like it needed something. So hang on a sec. I couldn't find my gold faceted gems, but I found these, so let's audition one of these, shall we? Let's see what we'll go for. Bet you my gold faceted gems are with my picky tool. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this. If I place that there, that's okay. They're the brushed metallic adhesive dots, so not too bad, but I get a funny feeling I might like these ones better. So yeah, I do like these ones better. Okay, let's use them. Oh, I wish I had my picky tool. Okay, so let's, oops. Oh, I did some gardening on the weekend. That can stay there. And I've ruined all of my nails. So I tore off both of my thumbnails. Oh dear. That's why I don't have pretty nails. But that's okay. Right. What do you think, guys? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, those gems just happen to finish it off. So with gems or without gems, please let me know. Let me know what you think. Okay, so, and there's our pretty envelope for that. Let's bring in the other two cards. Stick that one, oops, stick that one there. Move that out of the way. Oh, hang on a sec. Oh, here they are. And there's the other two cards that I've done. Aren't they just gorgeous? I just think they're absolutely adorable. I love them. So, if you like it, please visit, and you want to use these products, please visit my shop. And yeah, don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to see future videos from me, and hit the like button. And don't forget to comment. It really helps me if you do comment. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me, and have a great day, evening, and I'll catch you soon. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye for now.